How's it going, old schoolers? You are kicking it old school, and I'm your host, Russell J.S., formerly Dr. Old School. Today I went out, and I know what you're going to be thinking as you're listening to this and watching this. Is he crazy starting that early? Well, I went out to do a little Christmas shopping. Yeah, I know it's the end of August, and we're a few months away from it, but I was trying to get my shopping done early so that way by December it's done and taken care of. While I was in Target, I was over by the toy and game aisle, and I came across something that's new and both old school at the same time. I couldn't resist. I had to get it. The Pac Man board game from Buffalo Games and Puzzles. Now, from my understanding, I do remember how big Pac Man was in the early 80s when it became a big arcade hit. I mean, you had Pac Man t-shirts, Pac Man wind-up toys, a Pac Man cartoon, Pac Man hats, Pac Man stuffies, you name it. I mean, Pac Man was like Star Wars at the time, where, you know, anything, Star Wars or Kiss, where, you know, whatever it was, they would stamp, you know, Star Wars, Kiss, or Pac Man on the product. I mean, I used to eat Pac Man cereal when I was a kid and had Pac Man sweatshirts and t-shirts. And of course, you see, I've also got the Coleco Pac Man. That was my first time I ever played Pac Man. And that's why that Coleco tabletop is always so dear to me. But I saw this over at Target, and you couldn't go wrong for $19.99. I mean, it even has authentic arcade sounds. And let's see. Maze board game, 5 parts, electronic Pac Man pawn, 4 ghost pawns, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde, 40 ghost cards, 35 level 1 ghost card, 5 level 2 ghost cards, 16 blue ghost tokens. Wow. Wow, I remember the old Pac Man board game from Parker Brothers, which was kind of, yeah. But I wonder if I need batteries to, you know, if it has the authentic Pac Man sound. Oh, already inserted. So this is like the Basic Fun mini arcades. So without further ado, let's get this bad Oscar torn open, shall we? Well, I went ahead and opened this thing, and from the looks of things, what I see is, looks like you have to put the whole thing. This isn't your average board game. You got to put it all together like a puzzle. I guess these are the pegs that you stand the ghosts on, that they go right in here, and here's the Pac Man guy, and here's the four ghosts right here. But yeah, board games have really changed since I was a little kid. Look at this. You got all these coins and everything like that. But you know what? I think in many ways, this would really be fun for a game night at home with the family and everything. Wow, even has scoreboard cards too. And look at this, you know, a deck of cards for the ghost thing for points. Yeah, this is totally different than what I'm usually used to when it came to a board game. But yeah, looks like for $19.99, you can't really go wrong here. I mean, I've seen other board games that they have, you know, from of stuff, relics of the past, that, you know, everything is cool now. They got, like, they have a Shining board game, they got a Back to the Future board game, they have a Jaws board game. I mean, you know, it's like everything from back in the day is cool again. Or, you know, they're reintroducing it for a whole new generation. I mean, Jaws, The Shining, Back to the Future. I mean, they even got a Blockbuster Video trivia game. I mean, I've seen something in FYE. They have a Beetlejuice-themed Monopoly, and I think I've mentioned something about that in a previous video. And, you know, it's like everything has a Monopoly game these days. I mean, Frozen, Disney princesses, you know, Kiss, Star Wars, you know, AC/DC even has a Monopoly game, so does Kiss. I mentioned Kiss, but yeah, you know, that's the thing about Kiss. Gene Simmons has got to put the Kiss band logo on everything to make it marketable. But yeah, you know, I'm going up. It's funny when you go to some places, you never know what you're going to find when you're shopping for others. And like I said again, I'm I'm basically, you know, starting my Christmas shopping early so I can get it out of the way, because you know how it is in December. You spend an hour at the mall trying to find a parking space, and you know, you want to at least have lunch before you go start doing your shopping, and you're going to be at the mall all day, and you know, you're going to be part of that. You know, you want to get there as quick as possible, so whenever, you know, as Clark Griswold would say about Wally World being the first ones there, you know, be the first one out too when everybody's trying to fight their way out to the parking lot at the end of the day. But yeah, I'm sure I'm going to get to play this with some people. And, you know, I'm really enthused about that. You know, and it's a good collector's piece. I could even display it like on a shelf. I could put it with the Basic Fun, or I could separate all the Pac Man games from the Basic Fun and the My Arcade, and just, you know, put them all together, be like my little Pac Man area, you know? But anyway, you know, I did spend the last few weeks flea marketing, and it's amazing what you find at the flea market. I mean, let's see. Last week I went to one flea market, and this is a generic version, and I found it for $5. Yeah, a little, what looks like a Guitar Hero controller. It's not the real Guitar Hero. This is one, generic one that you would find at like Walgreens or Walmart in the toy aisle. What you did was you plugged it into your TV, and, you know, that was that. And I guess they had songs just like regular Guitar Hero would have. And what else did I find? What else did I grab at the flea market? I found a couple DVDs for $1 a piece. Walk the Line, you know, the Johnny Cash movie, and, you know, the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. You know, I got those for $1 a piece. I did check them to make sure they weren't damaged or scratched or anything. And, you know, I mean, it's funny when you go out and you're just browsing around at shops, you never know what you're going to find. I mean, and that same day, I found this Star Wars book, the complete visual dictionary. You know, it includes a limited edition print. Let's see this limited edition print. Oh yeah, I would definitely want to put that in a frame and hang it up on the wall. Most definitely. But this is one of those Star Wars books, you know, the visual dictionaries and encyclopedias and whatnot that you would usually find at the local public library that are not available for checkout. Which I think that's pretty lame. You know, I mean, come on. And I found this for $6. But, you know, it's like, and I went to a flea market and I found 3 CDs for $5. I still go ahead and buy CDs. I mean, you know, I have option in Mustang Sally for, you know, Bluetooth, and, you know, I don't use the Bluetooth or the option for XM radio. I just figure, just listen to CDs, you know? I mean, I always complain about how radio, it doesn't matter what kind of music you fancy. Radio still has a tendency to, you know, play the same 90 songs, no matter what kind of music it is. The same 90 songs every day and all in the same loop. Which gets boring, and XM radio is kind of doing the same thing, you know, and I don't want to get tired of deep cuts either. Anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you. You know, it's been a week since I did the video, and, you know, like I say, as always, you know, if you like the video, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, hit a like, and leave a comment in the box down below. And, you know, like, things are starting to come to a head where places are opening again. Hopefully I get to do, you know, maybe an adventure video for you as well, of old school proportions. You know, like, there's plenty of filming locations from old movies. I mean, let's put it this way. If you ever saw the buddy fishing comedy movie Gone Fishing with Joe Pesci and Danny Glover, those filming locations are actually an hour and a half away from here. I mean, you know, the Day of the Dead filming locations are about 45 minutes from here. And let's see, what else? I could drive down south by Fort Lauderdale to Davie, Florida, and maybe I could go to the country club where they filmed Caddyshack. But, you know, like I said, I know I keep saying how I've got a lot in store, and you're probably wondering, okay, when are we going to see all this? It's just that, you know, we've gone through some trying times in the last few months with this COVID-19, and, you know, I was actually very fortunate today to sit down in a McDonald's and enjoy my lunch, as opposed to, oh, I could order and I have to wear a mask. Well, I had to wear a mask in Target too, but, you know, times are getting better, and hopefully soon I'll get to do a real good video for you. Anyway, that's all for this video, and again, if you're new to the channel, please feel free to hit a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. This is your old pal, Russell J.S., always wishing you Godspeed, and may the Force be with you, always.